Welcome to Lions Dragstrip Museum. We built the showroom over the last 15 years. We still have room for more. They were really fun to watch and made a lot of noise. We just really enjoy this and come up with ideas and try and recreate it as authentic as we can. And I feel very lucky to be able to recreate that. Welcome to Lions Dragstrip Museum. My name's Rick Lorenzen. Glad to have you here. I lost 2 girlfriends and my hearing going there all the time. And we love the noise. We love the smell. Just being in the middle of that is just such a great outing to go there. And there's a few stories. We're at our automotive showroom and the Lions Dragstrip Museum. And we're in the trucking business and have been for many years since my dad started it, and we love cars. We had the showroom, built the showroom over the last 15 years. We've been building this facility out and came to the last part of the build out, which we still have room for more. But Rob Marchese, who runs the shop, we decided we were going to start a Lions Dragstrip Museum because that's where we grew up. That's where we spent all our younger years and have such great memories and so many great people that we've met. So that brought us to, and we started the museum about 2 years ago and had some artists and ideas and things to put together. It's turned out well. We're still working on it. It's still going. We're still painting the walls and putting up murals. When I was born, my dad had a Texaco gas station, so I kind of grew up around cars. When I graduated high school, he lost his lease on the gas station, so he bought one of his customers' 53 Studebaker truck and got in the trucking business that way, and that's what we still have. And then we graduated to a 61 Chevy, which we still have here. And I bought my first Willys in 1960. It's here in pretty much the same condition when I left it in about 63 when I went in the Army. Well, it took a lot of time getting together, meetings, sharing ideas, what we wanted to do. It took some time, and of course, we make changes on the run. As you go, you say, wait a minute, that looked better this way and that way. And it just all evolved, and a lot of it from pictures from what it looked like in the past. Some days we go, wait a minute, let's change that. But it's all turned out well. We all agree on everything eventually. This is our recreation of the Back to the Future 2 car, very famous car, and it's built by the same people that built the original one. We got a DeLorean, and then we had it brought up to Back to the Future speed. This car here is a Gran Torino, just like the one from the movie with Clint Eastwood. As a matter of fact, he even signed the dash, the glove compartment box on this. We found him and took him the box to sign. But that's pretty authentic recreation of what he had. That's Christine from the movie Christine. Again, these are recreations. And we have a Batmobile over here, and we have a few other movie cars. And it's just fun recreating all this stuff. This was a prototype built the collaboration between Chevrolet and Willys in 1953, a prototype. Never did make the market, but turned out it's a beautiful car. Willys went out of business pretty much the next year after that. So this is the only one of its kind. And we love it. Found in a garage in Pasadena. Now this is a 1940 Willys station wagon. They only built 5 of them. This is one of 5. I think there may be one more around somewhere. But it's kind of unique, and it's a 3-door. There's only one door on the driver's side, 2 doors on the curb side, but it's very rare. Stonewoods & Cook Swindler 2. I'm so happy and proud to have this car. This is the original car that really got me started in Willys at Lyons Drag Strip. This car was the national champion in '61. It was voted the most popular race car of all time some years ago, and it ran against people like John Mazamanian, was to match race people. But this car is really the way it was then, except this is a fiberglass front end on it. The other front end we have over here was the steel front end that they ran in 1961. But of course, to get lighter, they went to fiberglass the following year. These cars here were some of the hits at the drag strip because they're the fuel A-altereds, and there's Pure Heaven, Pure Hell. We had the Wing Express here. We got the 440, Floyd Pennington car. These are the short wheelbase. Quite a driver to drive these things, especially on the short wheelbase cars are harder to keep in a straight line. The longer the car, the more chance you have, but these things were quite squirrely and did move around on the track. And they were really fun to watch and made a lot of noise. But they were great drag racing with these guys. Mechanical-wise, clutches, flywheels sometimes would come off the car. They, of course, continually made safety advances trying to protect people, and but they would blow up, they'd catch on fire, and they'd sometimes crash. So, but it took quite a lot of guts to drive one of these. The noise, the fumes, the nitro, it was just so enjoyable. We didn't know anything about earplugs back then.
It's very nice to see people come out to the Lyons Drag Strip Museum and they get very emotional about it.
The good old days, that's when things were a lot simpler than they are today, and I'm living in the past. I'm still living in the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Closed captioning provided by
My name's Rick Lorenzen, and I welcome you to our recreation of Lyons Drag Strip Museum. Well, I think originally it was built to keep street racing off the streets and put it at a drag strip, and that was the original creation. Lions clubs of the area all got together. I think they came up with $45,000 to build a track in '55, and it was just a place to go race. You can race your buddies, and it was just, and not get a ticket. Yeah. But Lyons was probably one of the faster tracks around because pretty much at sea level here, and you have a nice cool breeze. That's where a lot of the guys nowadays got their start. It was actually quite enjoying, as far as the guys going there. I lost a couple girlfriends because I went to the drags all the time. Probably for the better. But it's just a light going there. And back in those days, you could go out and crawl under and take a look at the cars. You could be all over them and talk to the people, and it was all open. And it's just the noise, the fumes, the nitro, it was just so enjoyable. We didn't know anything about earplugs back then. So a lot of us lost our hearing because of that. But on Wednesday nights, they ran a lot of stock cars. And it's just so enjoyable being there, seeing the cars. You didn't want to leave. Of course, when you got on the streets to drive home, you wanted to go fast. But anyway, that was another story. It's been, quite a rewarding experience. I started in business with my dad, and most of the families all worked here. Some still do. The younger ones, like my daughter, still here. And she's become car crazy too, So she has her favorites, and it's been a great experience, family growing up, retiring. It's nice having family here. I told my mom we'd take care of the family.
My name is Tammy Lorenzen Fanslow. I am the daughter of Rick Lorenzen. I've become car crazy because of my dad. I at first wasn't into it, but then I got a 42 Willys pickup that I got to help make from the ground up, put together. So it got me more involved in doing car shows and getting to know people in the car business, and got really excited about it. So now I've got this car crazy blood going through me. And it's funny because when it wins at car shows, he gets a little mad about it, but then I say, you created the monster, so you can't get mad. One of the charities that we're a big part of is Honoring Our Fallen. They do hero missions where they go help the families bring the soldier back home, and they also help the women, whether it's wives or daughters or girlfriends, mothers. They help them with retreats and just kind of help give them somebody to help get through the process that's been through a similar situation. So, and we do a lot of other charities that come through here. We like to offer our facility for those charities. It feels good to give back because so much has been given to us as well. So it feels good to give back to the charities and just giving them a place to have functions, fundraisers, because it all goes hand in hand. It's very nice to see people come out to the Lions Dragstrip Museum and they get very emotional about it because they've either lived it or they've experienced it with their father, grandfather. They hadn't seen it since they were 8 years old, and it's just really nice to see that reaction from them and get goosebumps, and it's a very rewarding experience.
The good old days, that's when things were a lot simpler than they are today, and I'm living in the past. I'm still living in the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Closed captioning provided by
The good old days, that's when things were a lot simpler than they are today, and I'm like a kid. I'm living in the past. I'm still living in the 50s, 60s, 70s. And I wanted to recreate that for the younger generation to see what it was like. They have no idea what it was back then. And we enjoy the heck out of it because we're put together a lot of memorabilia, meet a lot of fantastic people. Car people are good people. And we just really enjoy this and come up with ideas and try and recreate it as authentic as we can. And I feel very lucky to be able to recreate that and share it. This is one of my favorite cars here. It's a 1950 Oldsmobile Holiday hardtop, and we call it Red Red Wine. We restored that here as it came with a plexiglass hood, which they used on these cars when they had the Motorama shows back in the early 50s. They put the plexiglass hood on there so you could see this V8 engine. Nice car to drive, gets up and goes pretty good. This is Periwinkle. This is one of my favorite Willys. This is actually the first Willys we had running here in the shop. And it's a fantastic car to drive, big engine, 540 cubic inch, 640 horsepower roughly. And this is really our start of the Willys collection here. Very powerful. It rides well. It's got great suspension on it. It steers well. It actually drives pretty well. It's Willys body kind of looks like what a 44 does, and that's why they call Willys the poor man's Ford.
And why this color?
Why not? We like the color. You can call it a lavender purple thing, but it's periwinkle is what we call it. This has all modern suspension under it, rack and pinion and all. It drives really well. Makes a lot of noise.
Get these started up.
Yeah. Good. I find most car people that I've met and dealt with over the years to be honest. You know, sometimes they embellish their stories a little, but you know, that's part of, like, who caught the biggest fish, you know? Who's got the fastest car? I mean, you have those stories, but all in all, the people that, since we've opened up here and the people we met in the process, really nice people. Older people, you know, so we want to get kids coming in here and seeing this stuff, and that's what we're doing too. We want to show younger people what that generation, and when you actually worked on cars and you didn't just, you know, take them to the dealer and put them on a computer, this is actually hands-on cars, and it's just, you know, change your own tire and fix a flat.
What experience do you want them to kind of walk away with? You know, what are you hoping that they gain from coming to the museum?
Well, an appreciation for not only cars, but life back in those days, you know, and you know, it's all different now, but back in just the way we grew up and lived and the things that were of value to us and the things we learned, and you know, I think that's the experience of, like I said, what's that thing you crank up? You know? Oh. So it just likes to share that, because this to me was the golden years for not only drag racing, cars, and I grew up as a kid and had fun.
Closed captioning provided by